John Postel, in his publication Freedom Technologists and the New Protest Movements, A Theory of Protest Formulas, Postel references anthropological research in Spain, Tunisia, and Iceland to explore the links between a global freedom technology movement and the recent uprisings in these countries. Postel focused specifically on the uprisings that occurred around the global financial crisis of 2008 and the Tunisian uprising in 2010, arguing that we still know little about what role net activists played in these movements. Postel explored two concepts: protest formulas and freedom technologists. Freedom technologists, he said, are social agents who combine technological and political skills to pursue greater internet and democratic freedoms, which they regard as being inextricably entwined. Postel argued that freedom technologists are techno-pragmatists, or people who take a practical view of the limits and possibilities of new technologies that are being used for political change. Protest formulas, he said, are a compound of societal forces and outcomes that characterizes each protest movement, as well as each phase or initiative within a movement. Postel claimed there are three main specialists among freedom technologists: hackers and geeks, tech lawyers, and online journalists who combine technological skills with political acumen to pursue greater internet and democratic freedoms, both globally and domestically. He then looked closely at each specialist. Geeks and hackers are skilled programmers, security researchers, or system administrators who self-identified as such. They were motivated by information freedom and participate in hacker events such as Computer Chaos Club. Hackers are more technically skilled than geeks, but geeks are literate in digital media skills like video editing and design. They both share a closeness to the machine and a code of ethics whose principles include sharing, openness, decentralization, free access to computers, and world improvement. Tech lawyers are legal professionals who are heavily interested in tech and copyright issues. Lastly, online journalists are a mix of professionals and amateurs who have an abiding interest in technology. Online journalists do not believe DDoS attacks are the answer, and instead favor a reformist strand of hacktivism that can change the existing political systems from within.
The 15M movement was started to protest internet piracy and evolved into a movement that championed free culture in which artists and content creators could copy and share art without permission or ramification. Soon after the movement began, it started producing prototypes. Defined as an early model built to be improved upon or replicated, 15M's prototypical culture can be categorized using three overlapping labels: political prototypes, legal and economic prototypes, and journalistic prototypes. Political prototypes involved the protection of individual freedoms. Legal and economic prototypes were concerned with the spread of free culture, and journalistic prototypes were involved with the free spread of information.
In 2008, one of the most politically transparent countries in the world, Iceland, went bankrupt as a result of actions that proved to be the exact opposite. Over 50,000 people lost their savings. It also left a financial clique of about 30 people to control the country's economy through a revolving door between finance, politics, and the media. WikiLeaks was responsible for releasing documentation online that exposed how much of a problem Iceland's revolving door was. This crisis quickly led to drastic changes to Iceland's political and economic institutions, turning to its people for help with reform by allowing for citizens to participate in the drafting of their constitution via the internet. The financial crisis also led freedom technologists to launch the Icelandic Modern Media Initiative, IMMI, to strengthen information freedom, first in Iceland and later globally. These acts by freedom technologists of all kinds have become so frequent in today's society that they have become almost indistinguishable to the average citizen. The countries Postel talked about in his article did pave the way for activism online to get us where we are today, a society where anyone with a Twitter account and an opinion or information can become a freedom technologist of sorts.